All right. Good evening, everybody who has decided to check out tonight's stream. As always, when I do these, man, they're just a fly at a moment. I'm home, nothing to do, chilling on a Friday night, taking a little break from gaming. And, just wanted to talk about a couple things. It's been a pretty good week. It's been a nice low key week for Xbox. I don't know if people have been aware, but Monday, I think the most obvious one was the update for Forza Horizon 5, which looks spectacular. The news about Avowed the other day, which sounds wonderful. And even today, we had some news about State of Decay 3. If you think that you're going to be waiting until 2025 for these games, I got something to tell you, man. Everything, a lot of these games are going to be here sooner than we think. And So yeah, let me start off with that. All right, Forza Horizon 5. There are a bunch of previews, and I didn't get a chance to talk about it this week. But my goodness, does that game just look spectacular? I don't know how it's a cross-generation game. Hey, what's up, 806? Thank you for joining me, man. And for anybody else who pops in, we're just gonna do us a nice little stream, chill on a Friday night, then we go about and enjoy our weekend. You know how it is. But anyway, Forza Horizon 5. Man, the previews were spectacular. I don't know how it's a cross generation game, man. We're watching it. And with these videos, if there's ever a 4K option, just please watch it in 4K. Because it really is, while YouTube does compress videos, it's the closest we get to seeing how they'll actually play on our TVs and off our Series X's and S's, man. Because when watching it, I was like, how is this a cross-gen game? How is this going to run on the 8-year-old, almost 9-year-old hardware that is the 2013, Xbox One and even Xbox One S? Hell, even the Xbox One X is updated compared to these next-gen consoles. I'm to be honest with you. And then so you watch the gameplay, they got this. Hey, what's up, 9 foot? Thank you for joining me, my man. And you're right. Halo Master Chief Collection Season 8 is fire. Yeah, but I'm right now I'm talking about some Xbox games that have updates. Right now, Forza Horizon 5. Just the game looks brilliant, and don't let anybody tell you that Forza is just a game, because clearly the developers at Playground Games are wizards. And fun fact, the engine that's being used for Forza Horizon 5 is the same engine that's being used for Fable. And isn't that wild? I mean, my goodness! Please, if you haven't seen it, check it out. Just look at the way they did Mexico, man. Just imagine how that's going to look in a world like Fable, and Fable and Avowed, man. Those are my number one and number two, or 1A and 2A, however you want to say it. Top two most anticipated Xbox games. And Playground Games, they're wizards. First of all, I don't know how the hell they're getting these Forza Horizon games on. Boom, boom, boom. I mean, this Forza 5 is out before the next Forza Motorsport. So I have all the faith in the world in Fable. And man, I can't wait. But we're about a month away. Oh, less than a month away, if I'm not mistaken. Because next month, November 8th, Forza Horizon drops day one on Game Pass. And oh boy, this is this is gonna be crazy, but I you can't make this stuff up, folks. About the lie going around about how Forza Horizon 5 cost $240. All right, Ados, what do you say, my man? They brought a from Turn 10 Motorsport always. Yeah, you're right. It always looks and plays awesome, man. Like my personal favorite Forza game in general was Forza 5, the one that came out in what 2017. I mean, Forza 5, Forza 7. I thought that game was wonderful, man. And that was one of the first games I played when the Xbox One X first came out. That was one of the first games I played on it, and damn man, you just that's the type of game that I'll just play, put that music on, and just enjoy some gaming for a few hours. Perfect type of game like that. And yeah, oh man, they are dumb as hell. Trying to say they're trying to lie, say that Forza Horizon is $240. Um, I, I don't know. Man, Mr. Fantastic can't stretch the way those PlayStation dudes do, man, and it's just absolutely hilarious. Now, anyone who subscribed to Game Pass, you know that you're getting Forza day one. You don't have to pay extra. You just download that bad boy, and boom, when it's ready, you are playing the best racing game on the planet. But unfortunately, in this gaming world, there are people who don't want us to enjoy what we enjoy, and that's why I look. I've never went to anybody's channel and hated on a game or none of that BS. Yeah, and you're right, 9 foot. The expansion is $45 with Game Pass. It's optional and all that other stuff, man. You're still gonna get plenty of content. There's still gonna be plenty of free content that comes with Forza because that's how the game works. Look, I own the Ultimate Editions of or Gold Editions, whatever it was, of both Forza Horizon 3 and 4. I got them in my collection. Um, and I, Forza Horizon 5 will also be in my collection later this year. But that's not the point. I'm not the average gamer. All right. I am I'm not the average gamer. Look, I'm a collector and a gamer. So my habits is not the norm. The norm of most people, they getting it from Game Pass, device not. Yeah, they getting it from Game Pass, right? And although Game Pass subscribers buy and play more games, look, the numbers are out there. Microsoft put out the report this years ago and another one this year about how these games that they buy and play more games for Forza. I mean not Forza, but Game Pass. But so don't use me as the example. I'm the extreme. All right. I'm the guy who's still buying games that I've enjoyed off Game Pass that in my collection or whatever the case is. Most people they'll do that, but just not to the extreme that I've done it, in my opinion. So yeah, and then with these first party games, you don't ever have to worry about them leaving Game Pass. Forza is never going to go because that's the beauty of Microsoft owning these games. And then, so let me jump into this. Avowed. I love RPGs. I love Western RPGs in particular. None against JRPGs. I've enjoyed games like Scarlet Nexus from earlier this year. Tales of Arise have terrible pacing, but the gameplay's pretty good. And while a game like Dragon Quest didn't click with me, exactly, Eidos. Uh, I double dip as well for collecting with physical. I see you're a Cowboys fan, but that's for a topic of another day. Oh yeah, yeah. Well, the car license I think is a different situation. 9 foot. But yeah, let me if I moving. Let me move on to Avowed because there was some news about Avowed that was very impressive to me this week. Uh, my my I love RPGs. Some of my favorite games in the Mass Effect trilogy. I even like Mass Effect Andromeda. People hated the game, but I thought the gameplay was just amazing in that game. Personally, the best gameplay in the series. So Microsoft being the RPG box for just generation, man, that stuff is just right down my alley. And when the Avowed news came out, and they said that, all right, if you remember the trailer at the end where the guy did that spell, they're saying that's in the actual game, and that kind of blew my mind because if you watch it, that part was just so smooth, man. That it looked like it was only going to be for the trailer, and uh, but yet knowing that is part of the game, I like holy shit. It's like holy shit. I I can't wait to see it with my own two eyes, man. And then they're saying that the gameplay, you could do, if you know anything about RPGs, you could do like stealth, bow and arrows and stuff. But it also has this focus on magic. It seems like built in the Pillars of Eternity universe, and this really does, and it's being marketed or built, I guess, as their Skyrim, Obsidian Skyrim, which hey, they did their version of Fallout with the Outer Worlds. Hell, they made a Fallout game with Fallout New Vegas, so why not do their version of Skyrim, right? Yeah, but the update that they said it was it was brief, but it got me so excited that I just wanted to talk about it and want to rave about it. And like I said earlier, Fable and Avowed, those are my top two games that's been announced from Xbox for their long list of games. Contraband, Redfall, Starfield, that I'm excited for. Because those are the type of games that fit my play style the most. So when I heard that what we saw in that trailer, the spell at the end is in the game. Oh man, you already know. I'm looking at that like, hey, count me in, man. Count. I was already hyped, but now I need to see more. And really, unfortunately, Microsoft's only bad guy right now is time. Because I don't know about y'all, I would love to fast forward to the future, jump in the DeLorean like Back in the Future, right, on some Doc Brown shit, and play these games right now. I'd love that more than anything. But unfortunately, game development, especially these days, take years, insane hours, incredible manpower, and is extremely expensive. So you can't do nothing about that. You just be hyped and enjoy what Xbox have coming, which is Halo, which is going to be unbelievable, and Forza, which again just blew my mind. But man, just seeing what Avowed had in store was wonderful. And then even today, with State of K3, they had a brief update talking about how they're finally going to be able to make State of Decay in the vision that they want. State of K2 was a game that I've raved over so many times. I was addicted to the game when it first came out. I was addicted to the game when it first came out. Um, because it was just that damn fun to me. Addictingly fun is the way I always put it. With this awesome, awesome, very intuitive gameplay. The graphics weren't the best, but hey, that didn't bother me. So when State of K had their trailer, and you remember the lady that they had it, right? The black lady. She is actually. Uh, let me at him, man. All right, hey, what's up, E-Rock?
What's going on, Unlimited Production?
Nothing much, man. I know it's late out there for you. I know that you should be sleeping, knocked out, all that stuff, man. But I was just doing an impromptu stream and just like, hey, if anybody want to join, feel free. And it's not gonna be that long. I just want to talk about something since I'm gonna be busy this weekend. You know the case. So how are
I
you,
know,
man?
I know the deal, man. I know the deal. Good, man. We got to support each other. I'm hoping you can make it to the Halloween show, man. I think that's Friday. I got to check everybody's schedule.
Yeah,
It's scheduled for Friday for some reason. We're probably just going to go on for an hour. But
right.
anyway, man. Yeah, it's always good to come in here and be a part of your conversations, man. We got to help each other out, bro.
Exactly, man. And yeah, so look, no, I'm not going to end the night without giving other shout outs. But hey, for everybody watching, subscribe to this man right here, his channel. He is, if you throw on talking about somebody who's entertaining, somebody who is raw, who is real, who is everything that the world is not today, check out E Rock, man. I promise you, you're not going to look, if you watch an E Rock video, you're not leaving without laughing because the dude is just, I don't know how the hell this dude ain't in comedy because he's that damn funny sometimes.
I, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. We got to be entertaining and we got to be real, and it is what it is, man. And
Yep.
speaking of entertainment, the gaming world continues to provide tons of entertainment. It
Oh
continues
yeah.
to provide tons of laughter, seeing everybody just wish. that their companies they worship would give them a Game Pass like service. Seeing seeing these gamers who last year bitched and moaned about an online service that they don't have and we're never going to get, bitched about it raising its price, and now here we have today Nintendo raising the price.
Oh man, Nintendo pimping their fans, man. They're like, hey, we just gave y'all a Metroid game. Let's raise that price on you. You don't even have chat. That's how bad that's how baller they is on Nintendo fans, man. They're like they don't. We're not even gonna give you a chat function, and we still more than double the price. We're from $20 to $50 a year on your ass. Like damn, Nintendo, did you have to do them that dirty? Did you have to do them that dirty that even Nintendo fans are now asking for a Game Pass service?
It's crazy, man. And we're going to give y'all Sega Genesis ROMs and maybe a couple of ROMs from the N64. Like, yo, man, like this is why I've always said, how dare any of y'all Nintendo fans or PlayStation fans ever have the words X and or box come out of your mouths. I never understand it. Like if you're going to talk shit, if you're going to throw stones, at least make sure you throwing the stone at breakable glass. Y'all throwing the stones at fucking plexiglass. It's the
Yeah.
craziest fucking shit I ever seen, and it will never stop being entertaining. Like I just, it's just so crazy. What a turnaround in less than a year, right?
Oh man, it's definitely it's definitely unreal, and I understand if it's optional or not. The point is Nintendo's raising their price more than double the price of their online functionality. Some that doesn't even provide chat. Some that the Xbox has had since 2000 fucking two or something like that. Oh, Hebot, if you're there, man, let me introduce you real quick. I didn't want to seem like I'm ignoring you. So please welcome and introduce yourself, my friend.
Hey, brothers, how are you? Nice to be here with you guys tonight. I see the topic is polarizing as always. Uh,
Hey,
thank, thank,
look, man. I don't do clickbait, but I'm not gonna put some boring ass title either that doesn't, that's
right,
not gonna
right.
draw on anybody to click. You
Well,
know
it's
what
not
I'm
your
saying?
fault. It's not your
Oh,
fault. I mean, you're not even making it up. They're giving it free, they're giving you free content.
yeah, exactly. I mean,
Hey,
somebody's got
first
to
of
talk
all,
about it.
thank you very much to both of these wonderful gentlemen that I call and consider family and friends for the wonderful gifts you guys gave me for my birthday. Really appreciate it. Uh, you know, every little bit means a lot because you don't have to, but you do it from the heart, and I know that's where it comes from, and that means a lot to me. So thank you to both of you gentlemen. Before we go on, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
No worries, man. No
Yeah,
worries.
man. Hey, you deserve it, man. You're a good dude. But yeah, he about but before I jump, ask you about the whole Nintendo situation. For
Sure.
those who are just joining may not know, today Nintendo announced, they're increasing the price of their online functionality. It comes with they do the same thing that I criticized Nintendo about this last year about reselling old games. It's never done the Xbox way where it's just, hey, it's backwards compatible now, guys. Hey, enjoy it. It's always they used to have the I forgot what it's called on the Wii U. They removed that. Now they have this Switch version that they're selling you the same shit they sold you on the Wii U. Now they're adding Sega Genesis games. Now that and I doubt they're even going to add the rare Sega Genesis games that are hard to find. I bet it's going to be the same shit that was in the Sega Genesis collection, your
Yep.
Sonics and all that stuff. The Nintendo 64 stuff, and it's like Nintendo, really, man. And it's to the point that I've even seen Nintendo fans asking for a Game Pass like service for them. You know what I'm saying? A- and it's like, man, it's funny how things just kind of circle back, doesn't it? And it's weird how the gaming world just kind of circles back to Xbox, because that's the Game Pass is the ultimate value, and gamers know this. That's why PlayStation fans have said crazy shit this year. about wanting it on PlayStation so it could be the ultimate value with their exclusives, and now this, and then now that. Uh, because for the console space, man, nothing beats Game Pass. Hell, Game Pass works on your phone, on your tablet, on your PC. So it's more than a console. It's its own ecosystem. And the gaming world is now catching up to that mentality. And because they're catching up, everybody's kind of looking everybody's looking well, now let me say it this way. Xbox is looking at the gaming world in the rearview mirror because they're so far ahead of the game that all they could see is just them passing up everybody else. Nobody talked about Stadia. Nobody remembers Amazon Luna exists. Um, again, Nintendo, Nintendo. I don't know. I don't get it, man. Nintendo lives off nostalgia, and PlayStation is so fucked up right now. Their fans just talk about Xbox. So, E-Rock, man, let me get your thoughts on this one. Because I know you're just a raw dude, so I know you're just gonna put it in a way that I wish I could say it, man. So what are your thoughts?
Nintendo, and can you hear me?
Yeah, you're loud and clear.
The last Nintendo console I bought was way back in 1997, and it was the N64. And I enjoyed it for what it was. Had some of the best wrestling games ever, but I haven't bought a Nintendo console since then. Nintendo is very much the same company in 2021 that they were in 1997. They don't want to advance with the times. They don't want to move forward. They don't want to embrace powerful hardware like they used to. Powerful hardware used to be Nintendo's mantra back
Yep,
in the 90s. I don't know what happened. The last console of any significant power differential was the GameCube. All I keep hearing about is sales, 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 sales. The Nintendo, the Wii sold more than any console. And how, what good does selling a whole bunch of consoles get you when we are in the business of selling software? That,
exactly.
that's why these publishers pay all this money for middleware and for all of these programs like Speed Tree and the Havoc engine and Unreal 5 and whatever and the Crytek engine is to make better games. And when your game cannot run on a system, it doesn't matter how many boxes you sold, the developers tend to move on to the hardware that they can program best for. Nintendo is stuck in the past, and they're stuck in the past unlimited production because their fan base never calls them out. Their fan base, the Mizatis of this world, the Rohan stars of this world, never say we want better. You always want Xbox to do better, bizarrely, right? But Nintendo, they can stay stuck in 1997 forever. I mean, it's 2021, and they're just now embracing fucking high definition.
Ex-
Like it's mind-boggling that someone in your comment section said the Xbox 360 had a better online than Nintendo does now. Like, how is that even possible? The only way that's possible is if you are a company that's stuck in the past, will not change, and you will not change because your fan base will continually accept incremental advances in your lackluster online. They will continue to pay 70, $60 for remasters. They will never ask you to bring back the virtual store, the online store.
oh,
They will
that's just
never
a virtual store.
yeah, they will never sit and say, hey man, this is bullshit. We should have access to Donkey Kong Country. We should have access to the original Super Mario Brothers. We should have access to Zelda, the Ocarina of Time without having to pay extra. It should be available to us. God damn it, Xbox made their console backwards compatibility to the original Xbox through emulation. Through emulation. Something that a couple of idiots who live down the street from me is figuring out how to work on Linux. Emulation, which people who have PCs have been emulating games. Hell, I used to emulate WCW versus NWO World Tour when I had a computer back in
Right.
2005. It's
Damn.
ridiculous that Nintendo, this is 2021, and you guys are stuck in the past. But again, they're stuck in the past because their fan base is stuck in the past. Unlimited production and Ebot, their fan base will never call Nintendo out. They worship this box the way that the PlayStation fans worship their box. And instead of calling these Japanese companies out, these fans, these cults, continually stick their heads in the sand and say, "Oh, it's okay that we don't have a good online in 2021. It's okay that we don't have crossplay in 2021. It's okay that we don't have a Game Pass like service in 2021. Even though Nintendo has got plenty of money, it's okay that we get charged $70 for remasters. All of this is okay." And so, because you keep telling them it's okay, and because y'all keep sticking your head in the sand, Nintendo will keep doing this into perpetuity. And it's really sad to see. And again, I'm amazed that the first thing that comes out of these guys' mouths, like Rohan Star, is Xbox. That's the last thing that should be coming out of your mouth, unless it's in the sentence, "Hey, Nintendo, you need to be more like Xbox." But nope, those words will never come out of their mouths. They will continue to put their heads in the sand and rescue Princess Peach until 2046. And it's laughable at this point. I would not buy a Nintendo console. Matter of fact, if you told me, I've got here's two free coupons for a Switch and a PlayStation 5. My first question is, can I trade this shit in for store credit? At this date, Xbox is too far ahead in the future for me to go back to playing a console with no features, a
Yeah.
console with no Game Pass, a console with lackluster online. It's just really sad to see the once great Nintendo. They are lower than what Dreamcast was in
Yeah.
2000. Dreamcast had a better online in 2000 than the fucking Nintendo Switch. Now, and it's almost unbelievable that this company still exists. That somehow this company still, their board of directors have not all been fired at this point. I just don't understand it.
The worst thing that happened to Nintendo was the success of the first Wii.
Yep,
Because it sold like crazy. At one point you couldn't find it. Grandmas were buying it. People at church had it and stuff
soccer
like that.
moms.
Soccer moms. Now the game had low attachment rates. That's why and the but the problem with the Wii is that since it was so much weaker than the PS3 and 360, the multiplats on it were horrible, horrible. I mean, the example that I use, if you ever have time, look up Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2 for the 360 versus the Wii. They're for consoles in the same generation, they're not the same fucking game. Look at
No,
the Call of Duties, look at the Maddens before EA dropped support on Nintendo and stuff like that. They were in two different atmospheres. But Nintendo, being that was around 2006 to 2013, they were so focused on the sales numbers, sales, 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 fucking sales. All they want to do now is catch lightning in a bottle again. Hey, let's release the Wii U. Instead, the gimmick is a tablet. Hey,
yep,
let's release the Switch. Now the gimmick is you could play on the go. And then for people that keep talking about playing on go, I'm going to be honest with you. I've never seen anybody play with a Switch outside the house. So I don't know where they're playing on the go at, unless they just mean to their room or some shit. So I sure as hell never see any switches. I didn't when I was in college. I didn't see anybody playing no switch, walking around in personal life. I never seen it outside the house. So I don't know who's playing on the go either for that gimmick. But this Nintendo, they're selling strictly off nostalgia. I mean, they're the Disney of the gaming world, where right now it's just because the 40-year-olds, they just remember, oh shit, yeah, I remember when I was playing Mario in 1985, and the kids, they see the colorful games and simplistic gameplay, and it's something that they could get into. And by 10 years old, they're asking mom and dad for Xbox. Let's be real. That's the Nintendo. That's how Nintendo works now. And it's pretty much Disney, where At this point, people love Disney because they grew up on The Lion King and Little Mermaid. But do you really give a shit about like that Home Alone remake they did? That shit looked horrible, by the way. If you didn't see that trailer, nobody gives a fuck about that stuff. They just care about the nostalgia, and that's why Disney keep doing the live action remakes of those movies because they know nobody gives a fuck about anything but their old stuff. And Hebot, uh, if you're there, my man, I
Yep.
love I love your knowledge, and that's why I'm always glad when you jump in. Hey, what's up, Kenny? What's up, Kima? Thank you for joining us tonight. But man, I want to know your thoughts on this. Nintendo raising the price on their online service that still don't have chat functionality in 20 fucking 21.
Well, I mean,
What are your
it's
thoughts?
well, it's hard to do a show like this because first of all, Nintendo doesn't have a lot that they offer that you can actually break up and talk about in different parts, right?
Right,
Then we have three distinguished gentlemen here that are very knowledgeable in the gaming space, right? So E-Rock, for example, pretty much hit the nose on the button with everything he said. It's not much I can add, but what I can do is give examples, right?
right,
It's basically what E-Rock said. The problem with Nintendo fans that Nintendo keeps doing what they're doing is because they have been conditioned to take whatever they give them, and it's whatever they give them is great, and they don't complain because they're still thinking Nintendo gets a pass as a pioneer because of the nostalgia factor and because they were one of the pioneers, right?
right,
But they never held that type of attitude and mindset when Sega was on the scene. You see? When Sega was on the scene and they were trying to do things like they did the 32X because they wanted to not force the whole entire uh, you know, Genesis community, right?
right,
To go out and force them to buy a Sega Saturn because they knew it was going to be $400 because they couldn't bring it out more at a more affordable price in the America because of the technology at the time. They figured, oh, let's give them something a little bit, more affordable with some 32-bit experiences, right? That they're supposed to offer on the upcoming Saturn. And the first thing they got was crucified for it, right? It was like, oh, they're just trying to steal our money. Fuck that. And Tom Skalinski himself, right? He said what they were trying to do. I still have his quotes on, in hand that I put up a couple of times when people say stupid shit that think they know but they don't know. Like the regular community today in age. It's like when they did the Sega CD, right, for the Saturn, right?
yeah,
And I know people are like, well, why are you talking about Sega? Because it's going to correlate. It makes sense. It connects, right? They did that because they were trying out and testing out the CD technology for the future, which was CD-based consoles, which was going to be the Sega Saturn. And so they tried it out in that era because that's where they were making the most money. They had the biggest crowd with the Sega Genesis, and it was compatible with that console, but it was still pricey, even though it was their first venture. It was still $299. So a lot of people didn't resonate to it, and developers didn't want to support it, right? Because it wasn't taking off as far as sales. But Sega didn't get a pass. You see what I'm saying, guys? Sega didn't get a pass. For some odd reason, Nintendo did. You know what I mean? Because even with the 64 and the GameCube, when they made those specific type of cartridges that were so small, everything was supposed to be, proprietary, where you couldn't really have flexibility to buy anything else from another third party. Everything was just, they force you to do and buy out of their products under their wing, and that's it, whether you like it or not. And so these fan base have allowed it. And a lot of the fan base, like you said, are older guys. Oh yeah, I like Nintendo, but you're also right. I've never seen adults anywhere playing the Nintendo Switch ever,
right,
ever, with the exception of my boy Jorge. But that's because he has, let's just say, some conditions that are not of the norm for regular people, right?
Yeah, I get you.
You get what I'm saying without being or sounding like I'm trying to be insulting, right?
Yeah, yeah, I get you.
So go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying, hey man, this is an adult show. If it's somebody's watching and can't handle adult
No,
language,
no,
that's on
absolutely. No,
you.
no, I'm saying it
So
to
speak your
not
mind,
offend
Ebot.
him. I'm
Oh,
saying to not offend him personally because he is my
okay,
friend, right?
gotcha.
Whether he's a bucket case or not, he's still my friend, right? So
Yeah,
the point of the matter is what I'm trying to say is also a lot of the people you see and people want to deny it up and down. A lot of the audience you see on Nintendo Switch right now is the people that were on the Nintendo DS, which are the kids on the Nintendo 3DS. You see Nintendo don't talk about the 3DS no more. You see they haven't made no releases for the 3DS no more. They kind of liquidated in low key, didn't say anything, kept it quiet, and it disappeared because that's where their audience has migrated. A lot of migration comes also from young girls, or teenage girls. Now,
right.
also from the Japanese market, because the Japanese love playing on the go, whether it's on a tablet, on a phone. So that's why they've been a hit in Japan, because of the fact that it's a portable unit, right? Even though they didn't invent it, because the first one who invented that same tech was the Neo Geo Gold, like 7 years ago,
Oh
where
yeah,
you could play it at home. You dock it inside the console, play it like the regular old school one. There were pre-built games inside. You could add more ROMs. Then you would open it up, take it out with the portable system inside, and take it on the go with you. The same games you played, right?
right.
But they even try to give Nintendo credit for it. Like they're the first ones who did it. The fan base is so conditioned to just say it's all Nintendo. They're the best. No one else is better. That they don't even see the flaws. Their online structure not only okay does it not have party chat, it doesn't have a trophy system. It doesn't have crossplay with other consoles. It doesn't have dedicated servers. You
Yeah,
see what
hold,
I'm trying to say?
yeah. Hold on one second, Hebot, and I don't mean to cut you off, but Erod,
Sure.
you hearing this man? 2021, and Hebot just listed the bare essentials to online gaming.
The
Right.
bare essentials.
Right.
Like
As a matter
how
of fact,
can
when you chat, you have to have an active phone with a certain app from another provider to talk via phone.
Jesus
It's like
man?
me. It's like if me and you call each other, me, you, and E-Rock, and we're on a three-way on a phone, and we're chatting while we're playing. That's how it works.
He bought.
Oh Lord.
He bought. Weren't motherfuckers on the Sega Dreamcast playing this game called Fantasy Star Online back in 2000
Absolutely.
and chatting with each
Absolutely.
other and chatting with each other
Absolutely.
and lobbies and shit?
Absolutely. You could even text each other if you couldn't chat. If you didn't have a. I don't even think you have that ability on Nintendo. Look, my daughter told me something that mind boggled me, guys, and you guys probably gonna be mind boggled because I didn't even know, right? You know how I always tell you guys that when we cut off the show, so you can find me on the Nintendo Switch under Ebot 8 and on Xbox, right?
All right.
No one can look you up under Hebot 8.
No, you have to do by different.
The only way they can find me is if I send them an invite and then they get a code and then they put that code, they can access me through online on my
Nintendo
account.
Nintendo fans, you guys gotta be embarrassed when you hear stuff like this, man. It's 20. What year is it, man? Is it still the fucking
Stone Age.
industrial revolution where trains just invented? I mean,
Right, right.
fucking did
But
Thomas
it's
Edison just invent the light bulb last week? What
right,
the fuck? What?
but it's
Guys,
funny.
tell me, what the fuck is Nintendo doing that you gotta do all that? Jesus.
Look. What Erod said was also true because people like Rohan Starr, although a good person, right? I'm not saying he's a bad person because he's never been disrespectful. But man, does that boy or that man live by the Bible of Nintendo? He spends more time worrying about what Microsoft does than calling out Nintendo themselves.
That nigga probably 46. We think he a
Right,
kid. That nigga probably 47.
right, exactly. Now you think, right? Now, you know what's good about what just happened with the price hike from $20 to $50, which is a $30 difference, right?
It exposes
Right.
the hypocrisy.
Not only that, E-Rock, remember what I said when they had the outrage and the fake backlash about Microsoft doubling the price because of Xbox?
Mm-hmm.
Remember what I was
Mm-hmm.
saying? What did
Mm-hmm.
I say to you guys? Remember what we were talking about? I know I say a lot, so there's a lot to remember. Remember, I was telling you guys that more than likely the reason for this is to try to make up for the cost of what they're paying to those developers to put the games in they because they get paid up front.
Right.
Remember I said that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now, why
yeah.
do you think that price hike for $30 went up on Nintendo? Because they're using Sega games now, and they're putting them on their service. That means they got to cut a check to Sega in percentages, monthly or yearly, for allowing those games on their service. Which completely proves what we were saying and what I said in particular about making up for cost. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And the only reason Microsoft got the slack was because they did it in one shot. But if Microsoft did it periodically in increments every year or every month or every 5 months, no one would complain, no one would notice, and they will still get away with it because it's a fact that they're paying for it, right? Because they have to pay for all these other, they have to pay for these developers to put these games there, pay for the online service, pay for the servers around the world to work correctly, where it's always online and ongoing. Because you never have an issue when you go on Game Pass. You never have a game that doesn't work. It always works flawlessly because of the way they maintain the servers and how it works, right? But this completely proves what I was trying to allude in that conversation we had. How much, like 5 months ago, I think it was, right?
Right.
And these guys will not call them on their bullshit. Instead, they're like, "Well, we're gonna get Animal Crossing stuff. We're gonna get
Oh
Sega
yeah,
Genesis stuff."
that's right. They were saying that dumb shit. I, I,
You see what I'm saying? And
man.
listen, go ahead, go ahead.
Oh no, no, sorry. Go on, Eba.
Uh, okay, real quick. I'm trying to be as fast as possible. And listen, it's not that we're doing this podcast to make fun of Nintendo or call them out.
I
We're
am.
just
Oh,
basically
we're calling them out.
well, we're trying, yeah, but it's not in the way that they do with Xbox. You get what I'm trying to say, or what they trying to do with Xbox, where they're trying to do it in a malicious, evil, hating way. We're doing it because these are the facts that
Yeah.
these dudes are bending over, taking a big fat wet Nintendo controller up their ass, right? And they're okay, and they're applauding and being like, "Oh, it's okay." But when Microsoft does something because of pure logic, because they're giving you so much for bang for your buck, right? Under one service, that they have to find a way to make more money because they're really giving you a big deal, like get exclusives day and day. Why wouldn't a Nintendo fan say we want a Game Pass type service? You think many of those Nintendo guys, whether they want to cap and fake it, fake the funk all they want, were happy that they had to pay $60 for Metroid Prime or that Metroid game in a world where we live in, that we have a masterpiece like Ori, Will of the Wisp, that was only $25? Do you see? There's no
Yeah.
logic and comprehension behind that.
Oh yeah. They know. They just how it is, man. They get so riled up, as Hebot says. For some reason, the Japanese box got them so wrapped up, Nintendo and Sony, that they get away with murder. I mean, with Xbox, they can't even get away with stuff that benefits the fucking gamer, and people will bitch.
Mhm.
But Nintendo just performing highway robbery on their fans, and it's like, well, we get Animal Crossing, we get Sega games, we get Sega Genesis.
Yeah,
Man, I was playing Sega Genesis game when I was fucking 4 years old and shit. First learning what a video game
right.
controller was. With
I'm
Xbox, we got Back for Blood day one last week.
day
We
one,
got Forza
right?
Horizon next month. We got Halo, brand new 2021 games, people.
The
So
gunk
so
in
so
December
so
also.
so spare me that we're not the least bit impressed when you're once
Hmm.
again sold old games. Hey, I guess at least, well, now this time instead of full price, they're raising the price of their online service to make it happen, and you're
Let,
still making every excuse in the book.
I'm gonna allow me two more things I want to add to it,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah,
I'll stop and I'll
yeah.
end
Please.
my thoughts on it. Right? The worst part is that they're getting these games, E-Rock and Unlimited, on a monthly or every other month or every 3 months basis, and they're trickling little titles like one or five or six or 12 titles at a time, right? When you know they got hundreds, right? When
Right.
right now all three of us can go on Xbox, go to a simple website on a browser, and play the entire Nintendo library of every console in 5 minutes in
Crazy.
perfect performance right now for
And
free.
and it runs and it'll run better than it will on their
Yeah,
Switch.
perfect performance. That's what I'm saying. It runs better, higher resolution, higher frame rate, and the best quality using the Xbox controller with the DLI technology that makes it feel almost flawless. I'm telling you, I've never played arcade games so smooth since I started playing with these controllers. That's why you see me doing all these retro game nights. That's the one of the topics I wanted to touch. To think about that in that sense, right?
Right.
And the other thing is, people go and ask me all the time, well, why you say the Wii U was the better console? And then the Switch, you're crazy. I say, no, I'm not. Because with the Wii U, I still have access to all of my Wii games. I could just put in the disc and it works, right? And the virtual store, I have every game I've ever bought on the virtual store that I can play still in the Wii U. And plus the games that are on the Wii U, 90% of them are what you're playing on the Switch, just with 1080p versus 720. But you got way more value. You see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And they're like, well, why is the Wii U better? That's why. Because that's what Nintendo was at least trying to do something more consumer friendly because they saw that the Wii got success but didn't have an attachment rate to it because it wasn't giving them backwards compatibility and it wasn't giving them functionalities that were more, you know, revolutionary or next gen, so to speak, right? With the
Right.
Wii U, they tried to do that even though it's still gimmicky, but at least they tried to do it, right? And they did something, which is more than you can say for what happened with the Wii. And let's be honest, the only reason we sold was not only because of the gimmick, but because it was $199.
Oh
It was
yeah,
cheap.
yeah.
It was cheap.
Yeah.
And the extensive library that they put on the Wii U, which is crazy because it did so well, a lot of developers put games on there, was more extensive than both Wii U and Switch combined. They have more games on the Wii that you can play on the Wii U for free. You just put the disc and it works natively, right?
Oh, that's crazy.
Those are the things that they got to think about. That they're trying to act. Listen, then Nintendo themselves, just like Sony did, right? Admitted that if the Switch didn't do well,
Traffic he bought. Dear Lord.
what happened?
I heard them
Oh, you
beeping
can
and
hear
I
that?
said, don't hold up traffic, man.
Yeah, no, I'm parked. I'm actually
I
parked.
know they're
Yeah.
impatient out there. I know they're impatient out there. I drove in New York once. I know the second that light turned green, they be like, drive, motherfucker,
Yeah,
drive.
before it turns green, it's like they have kinetic powers and they know when it's
Yeah.
gonna change.
The driver behind them like, is this nigga having a podcast? Honking,
Yeah.
boom, 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 boom.
Right. So really fast, it's because even Nintendo, right, came out and admitted that if the Switch had not done well, they would have to gone on the ways of bankruptcy. And then I remember someone asking them, "Well, would you consider putting the IPs if you had to do that on other platforms to preserve them?" And they said, "Hell, the fuck no." You remember that, era?
It's that I call it that Japanese arrogance. Like I said, their board of directors, their entire board of directors should be fired, or whoever their board of directors are should be at this point calling in Nintendo's president and their entire executive board to be terminated because you are sitting on hundreds of millions of dollars that you could be putting in the company's coffers by putting these games out there and preserving these games, putting these games on other platforms. It makes no sense in 2021 to keep Donkey Kong Country locked behind a box. It makes no sense to keep Mario and Super Mario locked behind a box. Like, listen, you can cap for these companies all you want, but it's just business 101. The prime objective of any business from when you started, from a lemonade stand, your goal is to make money. Your goal is to
Yeah.
make money. Eventually, the lemonade stand does well, and you take the lemonade stand public. Now, because you sold stock in said lemonade stand, you have to answer to other people. So you have to make money to keep these investors happy, right? And if you don't make money, then someone else gets a majority, buys the majority of your fucking stock and votes you the fuck out. It's happened before, right? Like I don't know what's going on over at Nintendo, but Phil Spencer and them, the reason why they keep innovating is because they, believe it or not, even though Xbox is a part of a bigger giant corporation, they have a board of directors to answer to. Okay?
Exactly.
And they have to make money for these fucking investors, right? And I just do not understand how Nintendo continues to operate at a loss. I don't understand how Nintendo continues to operate in 2021 like it's fucking like it's fucking 1997. Hell, even WWE, World Wrestling Entertainment, it may be crap, but the smartest move they made was selling their fucking television shit to Peacock. Now let Peacock worry about it. Peacock wrote them a big check for $1 billion, right? The investors are happy. Everybody's the board of directors is happy. You, I'm not saying money should be your end all be all, but in business, it kind of is. And
Yeah.
I don't see how Nintendo is. How are you sitting on possibly hundreds of millions of dollars because of fucking arrogance? No, we're never going to put our stuff on other consoles. And that's why Phil said a year and a half ago, no, there will be no more partnerships with Nintendo. I'm glad he finally woke the fuck up.
Yep. I'm glad too because that Nintendo partnership was not working out
We got nothing out of
for
it.
Xbox.
What do we get?
Nothing.
They got everything. They got fucking
They got
they
Ori. They got
yeah,
Cuphead.
Cuphead,
They got Banjo on
Super
Smash.
Lucky's Tales. What the fuck did we get?
Nothing. We didn't even get a thank you Xbox.
It's fucking crazy. It's fucking crazy. I like Phil, but we need more. I say it and I say it again. We need Peter Moore back. Peter Moore,
Yeah.
no, we're not fucking around with Nintendo. They're stuck in the past. If you don't want to share, why should we share? But again, Xbox is smart. Xbox is smart. Why are they putting their games on PC? You still haven't figured out yet that PC is Windows. It's
Yep.
Microsoft's platform. Well, they got some of their games are on Steam. Hey, listen, more fucking money. The smart companies are making the money, and it's why Sony is now following suit.
Yep.
The day when they announced that all their games are going to be on PlayStation 5 and PC day and date, yo, niggas gonna be jumping off of bridges. It's gonna be suicide attempts. It's gonna be gas explosions in niggas' houses. You watch. It's gonna be a great day for us,
Yeah.
but a busy day for coroners and fire departments. So you just wait for it. But Nintendo, they're never going to come around. You heard? They're
No.
never going to come around. And again, the Nintendo audience will continue to bury their heads in the sand and say it's okay because we get extra special content for Animal Crossing. If you are a grown fucking man over the age of 19 and you are capping getting some extra fucking pigs and fucking cotton in Animal Crossing, yo, you are beyond my help. You are even beyond the help of getting some pussy. It's too late for you. It's too late. It's too late for you if you cap it for Animal Crossing. But I
You gotta,
digress.
you gotta stop.
Hey, he just speaking of facts, man. Look, look. I just, I just don't know
Look,
how
real
any.
quick, Unlimited, real quick.
Yeah.
To add to what E-Rock said, this is the company that just did the most craziest thing I've ever seen in history of any company with games. They gave you a collection of Mario games from their legacy titles
Oh
and
yeah.
told you for a limited time because they're going into the vault. Like they're
Yep.
fucking Disney or some shit.
Yeah,
When it's their
Disney,
own intellectual property and
Disney used
IP.
to do that
And they
shit.
told
Yeah.
you straight up in your fucking face, if you don't buy it, you're gonna miss out
It's
and it's
all.
too bad
Yep.
for you.
And they sold a lot, but and look, I remember I made a video and I was one of the first people to call them out on that bullshit. when everybody was like, "Oh my God, Mario, Mario," and I'm like, "Hold on, Nintendo's selling you a $60 old ass game for a limited time on some
Yeah, I
really
remember you did the
bullshit."
video. And the thing is, though, how do you listen? For what's the reasoning behind any company of a video game company, like a movie company? I can understand, right? Fine, whatever. Even that is shiesty because Disney they on some other level shit. They
Oh,
crazy,
you talking about
right?
shiesty?
Like how do you say we cannot allow you access to these legacy titles only for a limited time when it's your property? Imagine Microsoft telling motherfuckers on Xbox, if you don't buy the Halo Collection, Master Chief Collection in the next 2 months, it's gone forever. You see what I'm trying to say? Do you think they won't get crucified in the media by their fan base, by the haters, by the trolls, by the fucking donkeys? Listen,
Crucified by
and these are the type of
PlayStation?
behaviors.
They'd have Phil burning on the cross like a 1920 lynching, man.
I
If
know.
if if they did that shit on, if he did that shit, look, 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 man, Nintendo.
And
I
we're
don't
the
know.
corporate slaves. The funny part is that we
Yeah,
always get labeled the corporate slave because Microsoft is $1 trillion company.
it's
That's
funny
not
how
corporate slavery.
you know what's funny. All of us have called out Microsoft at some point, and yet we're the corporate slaves. We're the corporate
That
slaves. But
if
it's
that's
one
not
thing.
listen, and then they were touting, oh, it sold so well. Of course it did because you forced your audience in buying the game. You threatened them without threatening them. You told them if you want it, come get it. If not, you're fucked. Why would you think they're gonna? Especially that it was physical. Also, of course they're gonna buy it.
Yeah, they were trying to look. They were trying to create a false sense of God. What is that word I'm thinking of? Not panic, but you know where their marketing scheme with that was pretty much to tell their audience, hey, buy this now, buy this now, buy this now. If you're a kid, tell your parents to buy it now before it's gone
Right,
forever.
right, right, right.
Create the
It
create
was
the
also to kind of be like to make that fake, like that fake movement or picture. Like, see, our games always sell because we're the best. You see what I'm trying to
yeah,
say?
exactly. And
That's what they were trying to do. Well, they didn't try. They did it. Fuck out of here. They did that shit.
and shit, I mean, of course, Nintendo games are going to fail. They don't get modern Assassin's Creed. They don't get Call of Duties. They're not. They're getting. They're finally getting GTA on their console, and it's the old remastered GTA 3 Vice City, the 20-year-old
Right,
Grand Theft Auto game. They still
right,
don't have
right.
GTA 5 or none of that stuff on their
That if
console.
you that we all know, all of us here know, if Microsoft put it because Rockstar let them do it via back compat and enhance it, we'll get a better version 3 times better than that for free with a free
Oh,
enhancement.
easily, easily. It would have been 4K. Hell, it would have been 4K 120, given how old the
Exactly.
game is. And Nintendo fans are happy about paying $60, $70 for the old GTA games now. And it's like I couldn't be a Nintendo fan because I like more than like even if let's say it's a world where Xbox had the consoles where I could only what is that, Ebot? You driving through tunnels, man?
Oh, sorry, sorry.
Yeah, but anyway, I couldn't live in a world where my Xbox could only play Halos and Forzas, but I couldn't enjoy Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I couldn't enjoy Far Cry 6, what I've been playing the hell of lately. I couldn't enjoy even a game like Biomutant, that game that came out earlier. I couldn't enjoy none of that shit. All I had to do was play old 360 games and Mario once a fucking again saving Peach. E-Rock, what? I'd be out of gaming if that was my life. If I'm to be honest with you,
Yeah,
that
you.
I would be like, you know what? I already fucking I already saved the bitch. I'm done. You know, if I already played this shit on 360. I can't do it again.
Yeah,
Give me
you
something else.
you get burnt out of living in yesterday. You really do. You get burnt out of living in yesterday. I'm a huge movie fan, and I literally have movie marathons based around whatever the month it is,
Right.
Christmas, November, the summer, July, whatever. I'm in the middle of watching October movies. I have to rotate my favorites out of the rotation so that I can discover new shit.
Yeah.
And the part of being a gamer is discovering your I got a saying, discover your new favorite movie. Xbox has a
Right,
saying, discover
right,
your new
right.
favorite game. And you're not going to discover your new favorite game if the new favorite game cannot run on your platform. Digital Foundry
Right.
was saying today that they must have this information correct. There's going to be a Nintendo Switch version of Crisis, or the Crisis Remaster Collection, and I don't see how that's even possible when Crisis has had problems running on the 360, the PS3, and recently
PC,
even the
I think.
Xbox One. The PC, yeah,
It was having problems on the PC.
how the fuck is it going to run on the Switch? What's it going to be, a slideshow like The
Like
Witcher?
yeah,
Like,
the
The
PS3.
Witcher runs like I think 13 frames in
Oh
some areas.
right.
It's,
Oh,
it's
I forgot.
crazy.
I forgot they ported that to the Switch as well. Yeah.
the,
Mhm. And the environments look so flat, plain. There's no NPCs. It is so downgraded. It's not even funny.
Oh,
It's not even funny.
yeah. I don't know, man. Nintendo fans. I mean, y'all guys aren't going to ask for more, so I'm not even going to attempt to say that. But I don't know what y'all going to do, man. I don't know how y'all don't get tired of playing the same. You get resold the same shit over and over. I mean, the Switch is literally the Wii U library all over again. If you
Yes,
want to be honest,
that's it. The
it's
only thing
gonna
they're
be
missing is the Star Fox from Platinum Games because it didn't get really praised, and Devil Stirred by Tomonobu. That's the only
yeah.
thing they haven't gotten.
Yeah. Other than that, you played the same shit you just played on the last Nintendo. How the hell are you okay with that? The reason why us Xbox fans are so hyped is because we're getting a new Halo for the first Halo in 6 years. We're getting Forza Horizon 5, which looks so good. I still don't know how it's running on the 2013 Xbox One. That's some damn widgetry. And then next year, what are we getting, guys? New IPs in Starfield and Redfall. Gaming is moving fucking forward on Xbox. We're not stuck. We're not. They're not. We're not playing Gears of War 3 again. Oh, hey guys, it's Gears of War 3, the remaster remake of the remaster bullshit. You know, everything. If I want to play Gear 3, it's something that I've already owned for like a decade now, or however long that game has been out. That's the beauty. That's where we're coming from, and that's why we can't sit here within good conscience and say anything Nintendo does is good. I look. I don't give a fuck how. Look, Mario. There's nothing Mario could do that can interest me because at the end of the day, it's going to be about saving Princess Peach. Been there. He been doing that shit since 1980 fucking five. Holy, like, damn.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah, yeah. And then yeah, Halo's still the same. Years is still the same. Forza is still the same, even though they tried different new things and
but no,
baby,
structures
none
in
of
all
them
the
are the
games they bring
same.
out.
None,
baby,
but not only are they not the same, we're not getting. That's not all we're getting. You know what I'm saying? We're not getting another fucking Metroid or another fucking Zelda. We're getting Redfall. We're getting Starfield. We're getting State of K
Right.
3, Avowed. Like we got so many games coming that it's just it feels like a new generation. With
shit.
Nintendo,
Well, when they were
He,
trying to troll about back to back, oh, y'all just
he,
hyping it up because y'all
hey,
got
he,
no games. Y'all just playing old games.
hey, hey, he bot. This nigga talk about they been playing Mario since '85. Nigga, we try 1983. I remember
Yeah,
taking
yeah,
Mario climbing up a goddamn construction site to save
oh
yeah.
some bitch with
Mario
blonde
Brothers,
hair
Mario
and a
Brothers. Yeah, yeah.
Donkey Kong, nigga. Motherfucking ape throwing barrels at your ass, eating up all my goddamn. I had to mow a lawn for 2 hours and then blew my whole 75 cents in 1 minute. And then the damn Mario get an ape. I mean, Mario gets a fucking barrel busted upside his head while the ape is laughing, and the shit talking about some start over again.
Right, right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
Yeah,
said,
because
I was
like
like,
Donkey
I was like, fuck this shit back then.
Rare. Listen, era Rare was great when they moved Donkey Kong forward with Donkey Kong Country, right?
Oh, that was a
With the
fucking mess.
with the
That
silicone
was a
graphics,
fucking,
right, and all that shit, right?
that was a fucking masterpiece.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. And then but when Rare did Cameo on Xbox, or did Viva Piata, or did Sea of Thieves now, right? Rare's no longer a great company because it's on Xbox. You see what I'm saying? That's all it is because it's not on Nintendo. But yet they want them to put Banjo back on Nintendo, and they doing petitions for that shit. Or on the Fighter Super All Stars, Mario All Stars, or whatever, Smash Bros, whatever the hell it's called, right? Listen, I'm gonna take my sealed copy of the Sunshine and the collection that my son bought, and I'm gonna sell that shit for $300 in Macari, get my money back and then some, because I've been playing Sunshine and tried out 64 Mario and the other one on the main emulator on the website on the Xbox.
That's why I say, man, look. I know y'all been like, man, this whole podcast just been about slamming Nintendo. Like, we're not slamming Nintendo. We just like, my thing is, man, if
Just
y'all
being
want to
honest.
stay sleep. But
Yeah.
God,
Right.
it's so hilarious to me that y'all defending this price hike for the Nintendo Online
And they
when y'all
gave
was
E-Rock hell
what?
with. I mean, they had that Griffin Gaming dude making his shitty videos and all this other shit. Hey, Griffin Gaming, make videos on Nintendo with this bullshit, and
Right.
Real rap, because
He
the
won't
dude,
do it.
oh
He
no,
won't do it though because
the
he knows he'll get backlash from the whole Nintendo community. He knows it. He knows it.
real
He won't
rap,
do it.
real make videos about that shit. Talk about that shit, Ash and Luca. All y'all talk about that shit. I can't believe your Xbox is defending the Xbox Live price hike, and how dare y'all tell us to go out and mow lawns and get jobs? And I bet y'all go out and mow lawns and get jobs now because Nintendo telling y'all to do it. You
Yeah, yeah.
fucking
They
frauds.
forget. They forget that we have. Yeah, we'll have a price hike, but we also got day and date games coming out, brand new, third party, first party. They forget we got dedicated servers, a security
That
service where our accounts don't get hacked, free backwards compat, free boost
four
mode,
four
free
generations of
enhancement,
backwards compatibility out of the box.
free games, because the games that you get from 360 you actually keep. You don't even need on Xbox Live to keep them. You see? And those are the things that we're getting. So us paying more with all the things we're getting just to get even more stuff in the future and be better stuff, and our infrastructure to get better and better. Of course, we're not going to be hesitant about it because we're getting shit. They're giving us shit. They're not telling us, "Oh, we're going to charge you more, but we're going to take away shit, and we're going to take away certain games that you're never going to be able to play, or you're not going to be able to do this." They're not doing that. They're
And
promising things to get better
you know what that you know
for us
what
to
that
get better.
you know what that Nintendo online price hike was the day he bought? You know what that was?
Go ahead.
That was Nintendo fans. Only now their Mario get hit with that barrel. That's them. That's them. They'd have been hit with the barrel. Game
Oh,
over. Insert coin. Ain't nothing else. They can't damage control this shit.
Right,
Nobody.
right.
They can't damage. I want to see Colin Moriarty damage control this shit. I want to see fucking John Lindemann damage control this shit. I want to see Rohan
Oh,
Star
he'll
damage
try.
control
He'll
this
try.
shit. Oh yeah, hell yeah, they'll try. Unlimited Production One already said some dude mentioned, but we getting skins for Animal Crossing. Like Animal Crossing, ain't that some shit like your fucking 12-year-old niece will be playing? Ain't no grown man playing no goddamn Animal Crossing.
Right,
Uh,
right.
yo, this shit is wild to
No,
me.
but Iraq, it's the things they're getting. Okay, we're gonna give you an extra skin or a brand new weapon, right? Meanwhile, on Xbox, when we pay for something extra, right, we're getting a whole brand new stage, a whole new level set, a whole like the whole Lego Forza thing. That's a whole brand new thing in a whole entire Lego world with a brand new, structure of a festival and all that stuff. You see what I'm saying? And we're paying like maybe $20 or whatever for it, or 10, 15, whatever, when they're just getting a skin and a weapon for an additional $30 that they're giving them free. You see what I'm saying? So
Yo,
it's like what?
then again, this is the company that, 2 years ago sold them cardboard fishing rods and shit.
oh
So it's
shit.
like,
Uh,
it's it's no end to the the balls on these motherfucking Japanese. God, they
Man,
must got. God damn, the balls on these motherfuckers.
yeah, man.
it's
Well,
crazy,
hey,
crazy.
they look. These companies know what their audience will buy and what they won't buy. You know that's why someone like Kanye West could sell a $400 white T-shirt because there's some motherfuckers out there who's gonna pay it because of the name Kanye West on the back of it or some shit.
Wow.
Nintendo knows that their audience they hold them to no standards. I've said it before. Xbox held the high standards PlayStation held the low standards. Nintendo's held the no
To
standards.
none.
So they got so they their online doesn't even have something basic like trophies, achievements, or chat functionality. They're not playing in 4K 60. Their console can't run modern games.
Hmm.
Like it sounds like a damn dystopian playing on fucking on Nintendo, and their fans just eat it the fuck up the second they see that woohoo Mario bullshit.
Oh
Look,
my god.
I don't get it. You know, we don't make videos on Nintendo often. You know, because they're not as insane as the play as the nut jobs in the fucking crackhead community called PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't get it as much, but today they deserve it for any of them that's justifying this shit. Especially that they're the same ones who are giving my brother E Rock. And remember, people, if you're watching this, subscribe to Hebot, subscribe to E Rock. Their channels are better than mine. I promise you, you will not leave them channels informed and entertained. So I'm saying that right now. Subscribe to them if you haven't. Because you'll
Now,
get stuff like this, but even better, and they've been doing it longer than I. But the
hey,
point is,
before you get to your point, man, I appreciate that, man. But our channels aren't better than yours. We just wasted time with this
Absolutely.
shit longer than you did. You still got time to get out.
Absolutely.
you still
Absolutely.
got
yeah,
you
well,
still got time to escape.
yeah, hey, look, I've already said it before. This ain't something that's gonna last forever for me. So, look, so I'm just saying, look, I'm supporting my brothers here on this one, and you know, you two still make great content, you know. So it is what it is. But anyway, back to Nintendo.
Mhm.
Back to Nintendo. You know where we got. Oh yeah, like I was saying, you know we don't get on them much, but as some like today, after giving E-Rock hell for what he did earlier this year, to the point that he cut off comments because people were saying racist shit to him. You know, the same ones that call him a racist
Right, right, right.
were the ones calling him like they were so
E-Rock is a racist, but when they
they
called
were
him a
so
black coon or a
Mm-hmm.
motherfucker or
he,
black bastard,
man,
it
they were
was
so
okay.
racist. They're so racist. I thought it was 1910. I was like, is the Klan going after this dude? What the fuck is
Mm-hmm.
going on? Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so you know they gave him hell. So I better and the fact that there are people who have the galls to sit there and say, oh, this ain't that bad. No, man, that's a big fuck you. And for me, sometimes it's about principle. And when you get on somebody like E Rock or Hebot who tells the truth, tells it like it is, and then you as a hypocrite, and especially for you adults out there who throw that shit at them, that's why that I'd never have a problem coming on here and just telling it as it is. You know what I'm saying? Like that Nas song, man. You can hate me now, but I
Yep.
won't go down.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
That's right. That's right. And you know what, man? Part of me like wanted to make. No, I'm not even going to lie. I'm glad Unlimited Production made this video because like it didn't. I'm not trying to be insulting. It didn't even occur to me to make a video on Nintendo. That's how irrelevant
Right,
they
right.
are. They're so irrelevant that like maybe a year ago I'd be like, oh, I gotta gloat. Y'all the same motherfuckers that was coming in my comment section about the whole Xbox shit and how dare you defend Xbox and how dare you call us broke? You coon, you this, you that, all this other shit. It's like this shit happened today. I didn't even think Unlimited Production was gonna make a video about it, but it's
Right.
like this is how like I've never seen anything like this. The only thing I can equate this to is abused children. Like you got a mom that keeps abusing their children, right? Beating the shit out their kids, serving their kids slop, serving their kids fucking oatmeal and neck bones and cussing them out. And the kids keep coming back. I love you, mommy. More mommy.
Right.
Like
Right.
this kind of shit would make me leave Nintendo. But as a matter of fact, I did. I left Nintendo
Oh
decades ago.
yeah,
I left them over
so did
20
I.
years ago.
Look, E-Rock, I left Nintendo. Look, I actually had the Wii. I hated it so much I haven't touched a Nintendo product since. It
Wow.
was I no when I you know I couldn't when I was playing these games I was like why do I even have this? And you know, the seventh generation is why I'm Xbox only because I had all three consoles. I would have look if I was making YouTube channels back in like 2012 or so, I would have been as big of a neutral as like Ash and Luca or Colt because that would have been me because I had all three consoles. I was but 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 the thing is, I was honest with myself. I was like, you know what? I'm playing all my
Right.
games on Xbox. The PS3 was collecting dust. The Wii was rotten somewhere, and I was like, you know what? I can't. It's not. It's a bad investment. You know, I don't know how it when it comes to, for me. I'm the type of person when I'm a consumer first, and I always value how I spend my money.
Yep.
And to me, it's a horrible investment to pay $500 for a PlayStation to play one or two games and never touch it again. When I pay the same amount for an Xbox and I use it every fucking day, because the Xbox isn't just for gaming; it's my media hub, right?
Yep.
Right.
I watch Netflix, uh, watch my Hulu, watch my HBO Max, and do gaming on it and stuff like that. I could play music off the Xbox and so on and so forth. So when I weighed my options, I'm like, okay, it's just best I go one console. There's zero reason for me to own the other ones because I wasn't using them back then. And that's why I had no qualms when I dropped Nintendo and PlayStation, especially Nintendo.
Well,
That
to be honest with you too, Unlimited. I'm sorry, just to add to what you're saying. To be honest with you too, there is a lot of cool shit that Nintendo has right now, for example, but it's not from them. It's from like what they're getting from people as that handout, right? The Japanese handout.
yeah,
That like ActRaiser the remaster, right? But it's the way that Nintendo's doing business that when you compare it to what you're doing with Xbox, when you know you use it on an everyday basis, they don't really give you that incentive or that want or that feel of let me go support them or let me keep rocking on Nintendo. You know what I mean?
man.
And
When I
that's the
first
biggest problem. They have some things that is cool that is worth buying it for, but those things are only there because those companies are catering to Nintendo and giving it for free while they ignore Xbox. You see what
yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah, exactly. And not only that, even the psychological differences to the way they approach their audiences.
Right,
To me, Nintendo feels like somebody. Look, I'm somebody who always changing. I'm always trying to look forward. I don't just stay at one job forever. I'm always looking to increase my resume, get more
Hmm.
experience, grow my brand as a person,
mm-hmm.
so that eventually where I get where I want, it's me who's making money off my name, not me making money. You know what I'm saying? That's my
Hmm.
Right.
ultimate goal in life. And I'm sorry to be a little more deep than just video games, but I'm trying to
No.
make a point here. Nintendo always feels like it's feels like I'm going to be just if a person who's just stuck where they're at and they got no goals to do better. There's they had the success with the Wii and that's it. They plateaued there. They stopped being that was it. They haven't matured since 2006. Xbox something feels like how I try to live, where it's always moving forward. They're not just satisfied. It like Xbox 360 vastly different from Xbox One. Xbox One vastly different from Series X. Even if something as simple as quick resume, that just something as simple as quick resume, which changes the way I'm gaming, just something that just pushes gaming forward, just making games play
Right.
better, give me new experience, not just relying on Halo, Gears, and Forza like people always said, which was never true, by the way.
Right.
But now I'm getting Redfall, now I'm getting Starfield next year, Nevada, and so on. You know what I'm saying? And and, and
Yeah.
and so I just can't as a and so since it doesn't align since Nintendo doesn't align with me, I just I just look at it as so played out, so yesterday, so
Hmm.
childish, if you
Hmm.
will. You know,
Hmm.
and until Nintendo, it's not going to happen. By the way, so I shouldn't even say until Nintendo, but hyperbolically speaking, until they catch up, man, this is just going to be this is just going to be the standard. They in 2021, guys, they finally allowed Bluetooth on their console. I was using Bluetooth back in high school, and I'm in my
Wow.
30s. All right,
Wow.
you see how far behind they are. The
Wow.
360, I believe, was used Bluetooth or some like or had Bluetooth devices and stuff like that. It it is it's like when you see stuff like that, I'm just like I can't with good conscience say that Nintendo does anything right. I don't there's nothing Mario could do as long as he's saving Princess Peach that's gonna make me think Nintendo's going in the right direction because they're clearly not. They just want to be the Wii.
They're a company living off of nostalgia. Even now, as we speak, their research and development are thinking of their next gimmick because that's what they've been since 2006. a company of gimmicks.
Yep.
And you look at Xbox, right? Again, Xbox to me, it's one of the reasons why I love them as a brand. They are unrecognizable from the Xbox 3 years ago. They keep advancing, they keep moving forward. They just don't use the same green colors or blue background and stick a number behind their fucking console's name. They are innovating. They're moving forward. They're unrecognizable from what Xbox was during the Xbox One era. Nintendo is the same fucking Nintendo that they've always been. They're living in the past, and I can't stay in the past. I got to keep moving.
Yeah,
It's the reason
exactly.
why I got rid of Comcast. I got to keep moving. I can't live in the fucking past. I don't get it. I don't understand it. Maybe it's just me. I don't know.
Right. All right, hey guys. I'm gonna start to wrap it up in a few minutes. Ebot, you got anything else you want to add?
I mean, no, I think like as always, we pretty much covered all the angles. I mean, but see, again, let's be clear to the audience, and I'm speaking for all of us because I know how my brothers are and think. We're not saying Nintendo's giving you bad products. There was is their practices and how they're going about it that needs to be scrutinized because it's so anti-consumer, so 40 years ago that it's a shame that it's being allowed. It's mind-boggling that it's not even being addressed right by the
Right.
so-called hardcore fans of Nintendo
All right.
because we're big of hardcore Xbox dudes. But I can guarantee you that any one of us here, right, sees that Microsoft starts doing dumb shit like Nintendo does. Oh, you better be goddamn right that we ain't gonna be playing on Xbox for long either.
Yep.
Because we're not gonna tolerate. Like, oh, what do you mean? Wait. So we're doing this, we're doing that. And now you're taking away this, and that, and then you want us to pay for this? No, that's not how it works. We're already giving you support by buying your console and everything else. You're crazy. You see it like that shit is nuts. It's nuts, and that is the problem that we see in gaming as a whole and in general today in gaming because Sony's doing it and Nintendo's doing it. Sony with their arrogance and Nintendo with their ultra arrogance, treating their fan base like, we're not trying to tell you you're stupid, but we're going to treat you like you're stupid.
Yeah, exactly.
You see? Like, that's crazy. That's all I can really add because, everything has been said and then some. And again, this podcast will come out. It'll be up in your channel. And many will come and you'll see, they'll say, oh, y'all just haters. Nintendo's pioneers. They can do that because they bring best product. Because Mario and Zelda shit all over anything Xbox ever done. And I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. Those other companies have gotten their staple and their position and their praises for reasons. Halo has gotten their praises because it earned it. Same thing with Gears. Same thing with Forza, the number one racer in the world, number one selling racer in the world right now. Okay? With the most accolades because they earned it. They didn't do it because they were, uh, deceiving their audience, right? Or
Right.
treating their audience and their fan base like we're some fucking dummies. That's not what they did. And that's not what they've done. And that's the biggest difference when you compare it. So you can come and say all that and all those things you want. Y'all still are going to prove the point that we've spoken here tonight. That you're shills and you let them get away with it because you're conditioned and you're letting yourself be fooled. Whether you want to hear it or not, accept it, that's not our problem. That's a y'all problem. We not sleep, like E-Rock said, y'all motherfuckers want to stay asleep. Go right ahead. Stay asleep. And the worst part is that even though as time goes on with the generation, Nintendo won't even bring down the price point, and then people still say, oh, because it holds value. No. They're bringing down the price because you motherfuckers still going to buy it and accept it no matter what. You're
Yep.
not going to change. You're not going to say nothing. And that's why they keep doing it. It's like Call of Duty with Activision. They don't change shit. It always feels the same because every year on the nose, exactly how it is every year, they sub like boatloads, even though they did the bare fucking minimum and have no respect for their audience. That's all I can say.
Thank you. All right, and thank you everybody for joining us. We're about to wrap it up. We all got lives. We're gonna enjoy our weekend. You know, DC fandom is tomorrow for us DC fans.
Yes,
I'm gonna
yes.
be busy all day, so honestly,
Oh yeah,
I'm
tomorrow,
gonna
big
miss most of
things.
it. Yeah, I'm gonna miss
A
most
lot
of
of
it.
a lot of little hints. Oh, by the way,
Yeah.
guys, real quick, don't forget, E-Rock, especially you, because I know you love, I love you. I know you love getting your money's worth. Peacock, $5 for the month. You can watch Halloween Kills right now.
Oh man,
Oh.
I got Peacock a minute ago, man, because Peacock was the only one that had the they was the only I wasn't going to get Peacock, but they was the only ones that had the Premier League, the British football. They call it
Right,
soccer, but
right.
Oh,
So,
okay.
so you said, so
Peacock's
you
a
said you gotta wait to watch the Halloween
yeah.
Kills. Is all
Okay,
up and in.
good looking out. And look, he bought we I think we came up with a new name for Unlimited One's podcast. It's the Unlimited Truth. It's got
Oh,
to be
that's
it.
not
Yeah.
nice. Yeah, it's
Oh,
actually
that's
pretty good.
good.
That's actually pretty good. The
It's
unlimited truth. I like
I,
yeah,
that.
man.
I like
I'm
that.
gonna have to start paying E-Rock royalties when it comes out. Like goddamn it, E-Rock, why you gotta send it on there?
Oh my God. Hey, listen, he's your boy, but it doesn't mean he ain't gonna want to get paid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. But that's a phenomenal name. I'm definitely gonna
It
give
is
it
a
a
good
check.
name. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, E-Rock, tell them where they can find you, man. I know it's like 10 o'clock there, and you ready to go to sleep and all that stuff.
Hey, yeah, it's Iraq. Who am I? Oh, Iraq X channel on YouTube. Check me out there. Like the channel, subscribe. A lot of gameplay over there. We have a few laughs. We need to have more laughs with gaming. It's supposed to be a fun hobby. It's not supposed to be toxic. So
Yeah.
check me out there. And it's always great to come and support my brothers. And I'm sure we'll be supporting Sega Man tomorrow. And good job, Unlimited Production, as always, on calling out the bullshit.
Oh yeah. Thank you, as
Yeah,
always.
we gotta tell Sega Man to postpone that shit until later on in the day because DC fandom is gonna be a minute.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
man.
Well, the last one lasted like damn near all day.
Right,
If I
right. No,
remember
I think
correctly.
it's gonna be 3.5 hours. I think it's from 1 to 4 or something like that.
Oh,
One to
okay.
4.
Yeah, I mean they've been dropping like hints of the Batman
Yeah.
movie,
Oh
the
yeah.
Suicide Squad game, the Gotham Knights game. I
Oh
mean
yeah.
they dropped some hints of Black Adam, which that stars The Rock. I think they
Yeah.
even have the title of the next Shazam movie, if I'm not mistaken. There's gonna be
Yes, and
so much.
the big one today by the actual producer or director producer Barbara from
Uh-huh.
Flash. That Henry Cavill is gonna be the surprise that he's gonna be in the movie in the
Oh,
Nice,
Flash
oh my
nice,
as
oh my
Superman.
nice,
God, really?
That's
nice.
what the big one. The big rumor was today, and she
WB.
put a light. So let's see what happens. Let's see what
Hey,
happens.
yeah, but before I close out, WB. End the show saying that Man of Steel 2 starring Henry Cavill. That's your mic drop moment. You're gonna have everybody
Hell
happy for
yes.
like the next year,
Hell
man.
yes.
Oh,
Make,
hell yeah.
end the
Hell
show.
yeah.
End the show with that bomb drop, please. That's the only thing I'm asking is end it saying Man of Steel 2 starring Henry Cavill. Cause we've been
And
asking for that shit
yes, yes,
forever.
yes. And WB also realized that your biggest asset is not the movie theaters, but HBO Max. Look at
Exactly.
Netflix. Netflix is so powerful, they can tell an entire gender group to go fuck themselves. So
It,
you need to be putting your money into fucking HBO Max. That is
Elon, stop being so toxic. Stop
it's
being so
unlimited.
toxic.
Hey, they the ones came at my boy Dave Chappelle. Netflix is the right
Hell
thing. Said,
yeah.
fuck y'all. We're supporting Dave Chappelle. Okay, that's
Yeah,
how powerful Netflix is. Motherfuckers could
yeah,
not
yeah,
make
yeah.
them budge.
But
HBO
they did
Max.
it with Kevin Smith with He-Man, and they didn't like that shit either. When they said, "Listen, am I in trouble?" He asked him, Kevin Smith. He's like, "Brother, you're okay. You know how
Yeah,
many people viewed this? 33 million people." He's like, "You're all right. Don't worry."
yeah. Streaming, as Unlimited Production has always said, streaming is the future.
yep.
We
When
stop
the
fighting it.
content was, baby. When
It's too
the
consumer
content was.
friendly. How can it not be the future? There's no
Yeah.
way in hell.
I mean, look, I said it before, man. I have no intentions of going to a movie theater if I don't have to. Like,
Right.
Lord, I mean, families. If I had kids, I'm like, hey guys, we watch it on the TV. I ain't spending $150. You know what I'm saying? Take your ass to the
Gee, more
theater,
than that.
buy popcorn and candy and shit. Nah,
Hmm.
I'm hitting play on HBO Max and or Peacock or whatever it is, and that's how we enjoying it. But hey,
Right.
guys, again, thank you so much. Look, my streams are impromptu. I don't really have a schedule. I just do them when I have time. And but for the grace of God, these two look like they had time. They're like, hey, I'm gonna join you, and I appreciate it every single time. I always will. Have nothing but love and respect for these two. Again, subscribe to them, and we are out.
Peace, brother.
All right, all right.